So we're going to do number 10. Unfortunately, there was a typo that might have made this unclear. It's actually not number 11. Number 10 is used to answer these three questions down here. So Mrs. Jacobson has 4 red blocks numbered 1 through 4. So you have red ones numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. You also have green ones, and they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. A student draws one of these. What's the probability of a student drawing a red or a green one? Now, this is one of those problems where you can actually have multiple sample spaces. Okay, so somebody might say the sample space is the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, somebody else might say the sample space is red or green. Okay, and it really just depends on the problem. So if this one says, what's the probability of picking a red one or a green one? Well, no matter what, when you pick out of this container, when you look at it, it's either going to be red or green, right? So it's, we know that there's 10 marbles, 4 of which are red, 6 of which are green, and then we subtract the overlap. Now, are there any marbles in there, blocks in there that are both red and green? No. So that just gives us 10 out of 10, or 100% probability. This is absolutely certain that the block is either going to be red or green. Right? Because there's no brown blocks in there. There's no other color in there. Now, are these overlapping events or are they mutually exclusive? They're mutually exclusive because there's no overlap. You can't draw a red and a green at the same time if you're just drawing one block. Okay? Let's look at the next question, which says, find the probability of red or 3. Well, we have to think in our head that we're adding reds plus the 3s minus the red 3s. Okay? So that's what we're thinking in our head. So how many is it out of? I think there's 10 blocks total. So how many reds? 4. How many 3s? 2. Yeah. How many are reds and also 3s? 1. So that's why we're getting 6 minus 1 is 5/10 or 1/2. Are those mutually exclusive or do they overlap? They overlap because you can pull a red that is also a 3. Okay? Now, this part C says find the probability of picking a block that is both green and even. So the probability of green and even, we don't really need a formula for this. We just look. How many are green and even? 2, 4, 6. So that is 3 out of 10, actually. 3 out of 10, or 0.3. Could have written 0.5 for that top, or the one before. All right, and now the probability of green. Well, how many green blocks are there? 6. So it's just 6 out of 10. Another way of saying that is 6/10, which is the decimal 6/10, 0.6. Okay? So hopefully that cleared up some thoughts that you might have had about that problem.